Hey guys, welcome to chat with your girl KST. It's your girl K, and today we're going to be discussing the Tory and Meg case. I know it's a long drawn out case, but new evidence comes up every day for this trial, for this case, I should say, because the trial has ended and we're looking to start perhaps a new trial depending on what the courts say about this case. But before we jump into this case, I just do want to advise those of you who are watching this on YouTube that this is a podcast. So unfortunately, you won't be able to see much of any visuals, but just keep listening. It's still going to be lit, okay? But anyway, let's move on. So basically, Tory Lanez is out speaking yet again. Now, if you haven't been able to catch up on the other videos, Meg Thee Stallion did a couple interviews where she basically said like she's a survivor and she's not a victim because she was able to overcome all the trauma that Tory Lanez put her through. Not only did he shoot her, but she had to go through public scrutiny from everyone because he lied about shooting her, right? Then Tory Lanez did come out with another message over the phone saying that, hey, look, I'm gonna literally bring forth evidence and prove evidence that I did not shoot this girl ever, 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 ever. Evidence that they tried to hide away from the trial, that they try to get buried and hide away and manipulate from the trial. So for me, I was in a space of thinking, okay, well, show me the evidence then, Tory. Show me the evidence because I'm getting sick and tired of this case. So I guess ask and you shall get what you're asking for, right? So basically, today, April the 25th, Tory Lanez post this on his lawyers, his new lawyers posted this. Today is National DNA Day, and we are happy to announce that Tory Lanez will be releasing information about the DNA in his case that gave false and misleading information to his jury. Okay. So what they're saying is that, look, there is some DNA evidence that we have, and this DNA evidence is proven that there was false evidence given to the jury. So if there was false evidence given to the jury, then that means that he could have been wrongfully convicted. But let's not speculate. Let's get into exactly what Tory Lanez had to say, and he just spoke about an hour ago. So let's see.
I've been incarcerated for almost half a year over a gun that the DAs lied and said I shot. In 2021, they demanded I take a DNA test. I took that test with no pushback, delay, or question. Not only because I knew I never shot the gun, but mainly because I was 100% positive I never even touched this gun. In my trial, the verdict of guilty or innocent depended heavily on my DNA results. With the help of LA Crime Lab's DNA expert Randy Zepeda, DA Kathy Tarr, and Alex Bott completely manipulated my DNA results and lied to the world, the media, and most importantly, my jury, by stating my DNA on the gun was inconclusive. That was an absolute lie. They went on further to say, inconclusive means that he cannot be excluded from the gun. My new attorney, Jose Baez, hired one of the best DNA experts in the nation to carefully analyze the same DNA test the fair and correct way. The results came back exactly as I knew this whole time. My DNA is 100% excluded and 100% eliminated from the gun. In other words, it's physically and scientifically impossible for me to ever have touched or shot this gun. After the correct and careful analysis of my DNA testing, not only did our expert find my DNA 100% excluded and non-existent on the gun, but what's worse was the invalid and illegal tactics the prosecution chose to attain the results used to convict me. Based on the fundamentals of my DNA test, the only possible way for the LA Crime Lab to come up with an inconclusive result would literally be to stop the testing before it finished or completed its final result, which would have and should have shown completely my full exclusion on the weapon. In other words, District Attorneys Kathy Tarr and Alex Bott lied to my jury with false, incorrect, and incomplete DNA results, violating my due process and my 14th Amendment rights. My faith, my prayers, and my highest hopes go to the Honorable Judge Hereford that on May 8th, he ruled in favor of the United States Supreme Court law, returning me to my freedom, my family, and most importantly, the justice of a fair trial.
All right, so Tory Lanez has spoken, and what he basically said was, for those of you who aren't understanding, because at first I was like, what's going on? He basically said that the new test that his new attorneys have ran has proven that his DNA was not on the weapon. He didn't touch the weapon, and it was not on the weapon. Now, this would totally contradict the eyewitness account who saw someone shoot Megan. So, who's lying? Is there a way that the gun could have been touched and wiped off completely before the police got there? Or maybe the eyewitness saw someone shoot Megan, but the person that they saw wasn't Tory. What is going on in this case? So back to what I was saying, let me explain, right? So what he said was, look, it wasn't the DNA evidence that my new attorneys gathered. They gathered evidence showing that my DNA was not on the weapon. Okay. That contradicts what they said at trial. At trial, they said basically there was so much different things going on with the DNA on the weapon that they couldn't exempt him from the DNA. So it would imply that, okay, well, maybe he touched it, but it's mixed in with someone else's stuff. But we can't say that he touched it or didn't touch it, basically. This is a lot, and it's making me start to scratch my head and like wonder if we know what we think we know as fans, or does he deserve a new trial? At this point, I think he does deserve a new trial, because if evidence was manipulated or something wasn't done correctly, then that means that a new trial is needed. So even if Tory Lanez is indeed guilty, if something happened where his due process wasn't done correctly, his DNA wasn't ran correctly, or anything like that, and that led to a conviction, that unfortunately, whether he did do it or did not do it, that unfortunately would mean that he would have to come out of jail. And especially if he really didn't do it, that would mean, not unfortunately, but enthusiastically mean that he becomes a free man. That's how I look at it. That's how I see it. Because in the court of law, you're supposed to be given a fair trial. Everything that's done in the court of law should be on the books, should be done correctly and accurately. And if the people who are prosecuting you, do something to mishandle your case, you deserve a retrial. You deserve to be retried, and when you're being retried, whatever they did wrong in the previous case should be done correctly. Wrong, right, or indifferent. So this is not to say, okay, well, Tory Lanez is guilty or Tory Lanez is innocent. At this point, we're sticking straight to the facts. If they did something to mess up this case and to get a verdict that is incorrect, they have to fix it. And that's my opinion on this. I want to hear yours. If you're watching this on YouTube, share your opinion and your thoughts down below in the comment section. And if you're listening through Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hey guys, what's up? And I'll chat with you guys next time. Laters.